In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at an all-new quadcopter from Aikin. Now, this is called the Aikin Lal 5Style. So, I don't know. I think that's what they're calling it. But this is a 6S quadcopter with basically no HD recording capabilities like their previous one, which is something, I guess, pretty nice here. And it comes in two different flavors, but what we're looking at today is the 6S variant here. Now, what we're going to cover today is quite a lot, so the timestamps will be down below in the video progress bar and also available in the description down below along with everything here. Now, what we're going to cover today is we are going to cover its overall performance, some of the issues I ran into, if I'd recommend it, and just about everything you need to know before purchasing it or just clicking that buy button if you are looking into purchasing that. Now, this quadcopter is going for $190 with no receiver, which is good, but hopefully it performs good. Now, in terms of performance, it was there, but there were some issues, and we're going to cover those in a bit here. Now, first of all, let's start with the specs. So they're using 2307 1850 kV motors, which have efficiency, power, and very responsive. So I was able to hit tight gaps, and I built trust so quick in this, which is something really great in a quadcopter. If I keep flying one quadcopter, that means I really did enjoy it. And it did put a smile on my face, but that wasn't the case in the beginning. And again, we'll get to that in a bit here. Now, in terms of the frame, this is, I think, by far one of the best 5-inch frames Aikin has ever done here, because everything is well thought of and everything is well set up here. For example, we have separate arms. So if you break an arm, you can go ahead and purchase the arms. Really great. They have 3D printed parts for it, which extends the life of the arm, especially if landing constantly. Now, they also do have a 20 by 20 M2 mounting solution in the back, which could be useful, so it could accommodate much more. There's a lot of space in there. This is not the video transmitter that came with it. We're going to cover that in a bit here. Neither is that camera. And we also have mounting solution for our receivers here. Now, this is the first for Aikin to do something so proper. And this one right here doesn't come like that, but I always usually end up doing them like that because I have a GoPro 8 and these are for 7 and it doesn't fit. So I cut the top and I figure out a way to bring a strap around. And that's what I do here. Now, the way this is mounted into place is actually pretty interesting here. So we got 2 screws that go into the standoffs here. And on the back part here, you can take a look in there. What we have there is a threaded insert that's going into the carbon fiber, and that's holding out really great. And it's actually really nice. So basically, the ease of access to replace anything on this also is really great. They also do come with the anti-slip, and they give you an extra one, which I cut up and made it like this because things could barely fit. Like a 1300 milliamp just fits just barely down here because of the space of the GoPro. So that's something to take into consideration also. Now the XT60 here is in a really good position as well. I didn't find the battery leads or the power leads trying to go over in order to get chopped off. So that's a really nice position here. Also for the antenna placement, you can set up, you know, TBS Crossfire R9M like me. They also give you the holes for a normal receiver, and they give you the plastic pieces in the packaging. Again, really thoughtful. Antenna, pretty proper antenna. However, the antenna you need to take into consideration before connecting it, because it won't connect properly due to the nut that goes before the antenna itself here. So I had to remove that nut because the 3D printed part is so thick that it doesn't allow it to make a proper connection. So I recommend you remove that nut, and then you bring your pliers, hold the bottom side, and then twist your antenna into place. And basically when you move the top here, this bottom should move. Now if you're moving this and this is not moving, then you don't have a good connection. So keep that in mind as well here. Now they also do have low ESR capacitor in the back, which is again really great. ESC is proper. There's no noise in the video feed, no oscillations, no weird twitches. Flight controller is great, but it comes default set up for S-Bus. So the wire that's sticking out is configured for S-Bus. If you wanted to configure I-Bus, you're gonna have to find the area where it says S-Bus and I-Bus and bridge the I-Bus section on the flight controller. Something to take into consideration here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about the issues here. So for 190 bucks, this is an absolute steal of a quadcopter, but the problem was, again, the video transmitter. And I do have the video transmitter here. First of all, I thought it was the camera because on my rapid fire, I just kept seeing the screen flipping and then getting really dark. So it reminded me of something overheating. And what I think happened here, actually these don't look like the normal TX805s from Eachine. These look cheaper actually. Look at that heatsink and everything on there. So yeah, I'm pretty almost certain your video transmitter might go out sometime. So if you buy this, I highly recommend you buy a video transmitter along with it, and don't expect much from Eachine. You don't want to get this replaced and then you just lose video feed while you're flying. So that was the biggest issue I had with this, but I still wanted to fix it, and I really wanted to fly it just to see how well it flies. Now the flying performance was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it was efficient, powerful, predictive, and it was just a joy to fly. Like I had no problem. The tune was good. The motors didn't come down hot. Nothing weird happened. And yeah, something to take into consideration. Make sure you check all the screws before you actually go fly, because some of them will be loose. That's a very important thing to do before you fly here. But yeah, other than that, this thing just flew really great, and I did enjoy the living crap out of it, and I would fly it again and again. So now I put this with my, I don't want to say top tier, but they're not really top tier quadcopters. They're my super budget quadcopters I use all the time because I'm not afraid to break them. And this is going to go up there with them basically, because for 190 bucks, you're getting a proper package. But the problem is I'm afraid of the video transmitter. So that's why I'm not really recommending it to everybody. But if you're able to fix a video transmitter, it doesn't bother you, this is an absolute steal in my opinion. I guarantee you're going to have a blast with this. There was absolutely no headache for me. I just enjoy, I mean, obviously the video transmitter, but if we put that out of the way, I enjoyed the living crap out of it, and I'd highly recommend it. Flies good and just beautiful. I mean, there's nothing else I could say. Everything was there. It is slightly heavy, but it's aimed more for freestyle and probably cinematography. I mean, this is what I was using it for, and it did a really, really great job. Except this kept popping up in the way, so I had to crop in. So I have to figure out another strapping solution for it. And yeah, all I can tell you is I would recommend it, but you need to take the video transmitter in mind before purchasing it. And maybe mine was the only one that came like that, but it's hard to say. So just be careful with that, or just keep that in mind if you are going to be purchasing it. And everything is linked down below. If you could just check those out, those greatly support channel. You don't even have to buy anything. Those would support channel. And I also do have a Patreon where I do a ton of giveaways for you guys, and you get a bunch more perks. So if you could check that out, and if you like what you see, join. If you don't, then don't. That's fine. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.